ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of MeChat, where today we are chatting with Arima Mio. And yeah, let's just continue. If you want to see the playlist, check the description. Hey, I know this is super random, but would you like to see the rooftop? I can't tell if you're pulling my leg. Wait, really? Yes, really. Like, with you actually there? Oh my god, yes! I mean, then, yeah, of course, what are we doing? I've got a projector set up there. Ooh, a movie night? Yeah, I do have to ask. Why does an invite though? Yeah, that's indeed true. Because she was very shy and everything, and now she's just inviting us. Well, I thought about you, said you know. And I suppose I ought to work on trusting people. Nah, I think this is absolutely wonderful for you especially. I know this must have taken a lot from you. I'm flattered, to be honest. But I'm still a little shy about showing you my face and all. Look, this is gonna sound fucking weird, but I'll be wearing a mask if that's okay. Are you kidding me? Of course. Why not? Let's just do it, I suppose. Wait, really? Arima, look, every journey starts with a single step. One simply doesn't run before they even know how to walk. I see this as an absolute win regardless. And I get it, the whole preserving your anonymity thing, I like it. Leaves an air of mystery around you. Thank you, that means a lot to me. Am I correct to assume that this is a date? Oh damn. That's that might be calling it a bit too much right there. What? No. Consider it a hangout? A movie under the night sky with a view of the city skyline? Sounds like a date to me. Shut it. Anyway, when are you planning this date? How about right now? I'm sorry, what, now? Hey, wait, oh. She's wearing a COVID mask. Face mask. We now have her eyes. We now also have, if we scroll up, when she was eating. Oh my god, so we practically have a full face now. We just gotta put it together. Holy shit! Surprised? We're wasting precious time talking. I need to get ready like pronto. Relax, no rush. It's gonna take me longer to look as good as you. You are dangerous for my self-confidence. I'll see you soon. I've left the door unlocked, alright? Just let yourself in when you're here. I'll be waiting on the terrace. So romantic. Oh my god, so we actually have a date with her? You shower clothes now. Yes, ma'am. Spectra, your first movie night with Arima. Movie watcher. Fancy, warm, classy, wear with pride. Oh my god, wear with pride. Movie watcher, your choice may impact. Yes. Let's go. You step out of the terrace and are immediately greeted with a light breeze that tousles at your hair. The city skyline off in the distance renders the horizon to be a series of jagged lines and distant lights. Your eyes follow the staring fairy lights overhead all the way down to the ravishing side of Arima. Hey you! She gets up from her seated position on the red couch, her head cocked ever so slightly, observing you. Ever heard of knocking? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you told me just to come in. I'm fucking with you. Oh, phew. You had me going for a second there. Missed the opportunity for a good knock-knock joke. At least this time you're actually behind this door. She nervously curtsies and twirls around with arms outstretched. The hem of her dress whirls. Following the momentum of her movement, she stops to face you. Welcome to my domain, my safe haven. Should you hug her? Shake her hand? No, is that overstepping the line? You figure if she's wary of even meeting people, touching is out of the question. But at least say something, anything, open your mouth. First thing out there, go! Compliment her house. Yo, bro, you are renting one beautiful house, I can tell you that. Compliment her. Great, she loves it. We complimented her. You know, for someone who barely goes out or meets people, you dress exceptionally well. Her body stiffens, her eyes widen. If you could see her face beneath her mask, you'd know her blood is rushing to her cheeks. Oh, what? Your dress is stunning. Her shoulders rise if they are trying to cower her head into her body like a turtle. Her reaction reads as if she's never taken a compliment at point-blank range before she defers. Well, because I don't ever see anyone. I don't have to dress for anyone in mind, other than myself. She twirls around in her dress, more confident now. She stares back at you over her shoulder. With no one to judge me, it's honestly quite liberating. I wear these clothes because they make me feel pretty, you know? And that you are. The sparkle of the fairy light twinkles in her eye. How cute. She takes a step towards you. Her eyes look at you from bottom to top, her neck stretching upward. She observes you like a curious doe, wary of the unidentified presence before her. You're much taller in person than in your photos. This because those photos are about the length of your phone? A laugh escapes her lips, an unexpected yet welcome stimulus to your ears. Her eyes squint at you. You're such a dummy. But look at you, very pretty. Pretty? Pretty is a word? Oh, shut up. I'm socially awkward. You laugh heartily, shaking your head. It's adorable. I'll take it as a compliment. It was a compliment. You motion on over the projector. So what are we watching tonight? Her eyes light up out of sheer anticipation for what you've about to witness. My favorite, Spectre of the Affair. Over. French! I don't speak French, crying out loud. I suppose it's French. Could be a different language, but if it's French, get out of here. I only speak Dutch and English. Godverdomme. A musical for the ages. I love musicals. No way. Oliver Troll changed my life. The two of you awkwardly find your place on the couch, leaving a safe gap between yourself that Jesus himself would approve of. The movie trails along, guiding your emotions with every harmonious tune. You know, the spectre in the film remains nameless throughout, but in the original novel he has a name. For real? His name is Eric. It's sad that no one really remembers that. You find yourself watching her instead of the film, as she is transfixed with every detail. The light from the projection illuminates her masked face as she remains mesmerized by the masked spectres on screen. You notice that the music has taken on a darker tone as the suspense builds. Oh, I forgot how scary this part is. For a moment of tension rings through the silence in the score before crescendoing into a massive climax. Damn! She jumps in her seat, shocked by the image that flashes on the screen. Hold her hand. Yelp out in surprise. Ah! Hold her hand. Let's see what does that. Uh-oh. That doesn't really seem good, but sure. Out of sheer instinct, your hand reaches for hers in an attempt to quell her fear. Oh my god! Only serving to frighten her again and prompting a secondary reaction before a grace lands on your hand. Her eyes widen, bewildered, but the tension in her body is relieved. She can finally take a breath. Her gaze looks onto yours. Her expression is soft, almost as if she were grateful for the attempt to soothe her nerves. You're missing the best part. She finally manages to mutter before turning her attention back to the screen. A certain nervousness now returns to her voice, but yet she still hasn't let go of your hand. She's flustered, and it only endears her more to you. Keith! Right, eyes on the screen. A smile cracks upon your face as you return your attention to the musical. The closing credits begin to roll on the screen and the score begins to fade out, leaving the two of you to bask in the silence of the night. So, the awkward tension in the air is palpable, but you realize that the distance between the two of you has closed over the film. One thing is certain, neither of you is done with the night, she interjects. I still remember the first time my parents brought me to see this movie. I remember walking out of there belting the songs at the top of my lungs. Still one of my fondest childhood memories, if I'm being real. Ask her about the movie. I like it how our speech bubble just says, ask her about the movie, you know? What about this movie resonates with you on such a personal level? She stares at you quizzically, so not having expected such a profound question. I think the Spectre is the most compelling character in cinema's history. He's misunderstood, misread, he hides his face from the world. Why? Too quiet, literally mask the pain and suffering he has to endure. The more she speaks, the more her stuttering dissipates. Her voice is now full of conviction. People can't understand the mystery behind the mask, but when unmasked, they fear what they find underneath. They hunt him, they want to rid him. Because it's easier to harm and ridicule something you don't understand than to nurture and see both sides of it when the truth is just a human. And like all humans, he is just one to be loved. She stops herself, wondering where the line between herself and the Spectre. I want to be loved. Was it always like this, though? What do you mean? I mean, I'm sure there was a point in time before all this. There must have been an inciting incident. See just her posture. She contemplates whether or not to continue the discussion, just as you think youth might have lost her. I have a brother. Oh. A twin brother. Oh? Fraternal, or in other words, we were nothing alike. He was the king of Claremont High, and I was nothing but a court jester. Everyone clamored for him, and no one would touch me with a 10-foot pole. And even though we were like two pies in a pot at home, he chose his reputation, his popularity whenever you were in school. He didn't know any better. He did. Let me finish. I'm sorry, carry on. Because of my awkward demeanor, I was always an outcast, shunned. And not once did he ever step up for me. Then rolls around prom, and my tormentors had convinced Jacob Torrance to ask me out. Oh no. You know how this goes. Her voice begins to crack like the very foundation she has tried so hard to uphold. I could take him not showing up at the door while I waited for 3 hours. Her hands now beginning shaking, they rake across her skin in a nervous frenzy. I could take being the laughing stock of senior high for months on end. They travel up her mask, gripping tightly at the locks of her hair as her knuckles turn white. But what I couldn't take was knowing, her fingers finally rubbed through her hair, that no one was ever going to stand up for me. Her erratic movement yanks the mask from her face. No words leave her mouth. Overwhelmed by her emotions, she stays motionless, in shock. Pick up her mask, keep your head turned. Pick up her mask. That's always a good thing to do, right? I hope so. Your head turns sharply away from her without even so much as a request. You wonder if her eyes are burning a hole into the back of your head, or if they're full of tears. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. You raise one hand calmly, almost as if to hush her, to console her, to let her know it's okay. You bend down still with your eyes averted, as your hands aimlessly tap the floor, until finally you feel the mask raise against your fingertips. You hold it in your hands. Behind every mask lies a face, and behind every face you reach out, extending your arm, offering her mask back to her. There lies the story. You feel the weight of the mask alight from your hands as she fastens it back to her face. But if that face is the sun, then so must its shadows fall behind it. Your eyes come to meet hers, now behind the safety and security of her mask. You don't have to apologize. Thank you for the date. Your eyes widen, her eyes widen. The realization just sets in as the words do. Date. You chuckle in response as her knee turns inward. A meek response. It was my absolute pleasure. We should do this again sometime. There's one of those dine in the dark type restaurants in town if you're up for it. I'd love that. You see her smile under the mask, and you realize that you can't wait for your next date to happen as soon as possible. And that was it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I really do want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the description. There you can find the playlist of this series and also all the playlists of the whole channel. Please share that link. It really helps out the channel a lot. I always try to entertain as many people as possible, and it isn't possible without your help. We really want to grow this channel, so please share it with friends, families and colleagues. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, bye bye, bye bye, bye.